So I'm Kevin Harvie. I'm founder of a business called Hectares, which is a Glasgow-based premium snack company. So the idea for Hectares kind of came to light in early 2013 whilst I was still working at Grant Thornton. At that stage I was working, as I say, in the corporate finance department, and we were doing, Grant Thornton as a business did a lot of work within the Scottish food and drink scene, I guess, with guys like Thomas Tunnock, a lot of the whisky companies as well. So I developed a real interest in the food and drink sector. So I was looking for an idea around that sector, and I spotted the growth in demand for sweet potatoes across the UK and Europe. And it was a product that I'd started eating a lot of sweet potatoes personally as well. And at that time you couldn't get sweet potato crisps anywhere, which was also something I ate a lot of. So really just sticking those two things together, we came up with a business idea, which was obviously sweet potato crisps. So the idea, as I say, started in early 2013, and it took most of 2013 to really form that into a business. And I was still working at Grant Thornton until around September time that year. But it took most of that year to try and form it into a business. So finding a manufacturer, developing branding, finding suppliers for packaging, coming up with flavours. So all the kind of components that were required, we worked on throughout 2013. So during that time, we worked with Abertay University, and they helped us develop the product. So they've got a food innovation team in the university. We were working with them through Interface. So Interface help businesses tap into academic expertise within universities. So we started working with Abertay, and they helped us really work on how the product would be cooked. So we looked at different oils, we looked at cooking time, we also looked at what flavours worked well with sweet potato. So that really helped build on my, I guess, knowledge and experience, but also made us look really credible when we went to manufacturers and said, look, this is our idea, will you make it for us? By that stage, we had a real kind of understanding and grounding of what it was we wanted from them. So they were really, really good to work with. So the real kind of innovation around Abertay's support was when you cook a sweet potato, because it's got a much higher natural sugar content than a traditional potato, it's much harder to cook, particularly from a crisp perspective. It's very easy to burn the product when you're cooking something that thin that's got natural sugar in it. And that's why we looked at different oils and different temperatures, different cooking times. There's lots of variables basically in that process. So they helped us with that, and also understanding what flavours would work well with that type of product. So we did some consumer sensory analysis, which is a great kind of way of testing things within the food industry, just getting people's opinion on is it good or is it not good. And we looked at things like acrylamide, which is a kind of hot topic in the food industry at the moment, which is a chemical compound that forms when products are cooked. And we also looked at allergens as well. So there was a number of areas that were explored whilst we were working with them, that helped form our kind of overall view in the product, and as I say, helped us appear more credible when we went to manufacturers. Within the kind of life cycle of the business so far, we've tried to tap into as many resources as possible. One of them, which was very influential at the start, was Entrepreneurial Spark, which is an incubator programme based in Scotland and now down south as well. And we went into that programme for, initially it was a 5-month stint, and then 12 months after that, once we'd got the business up and running. And they provided kind of intensive support and advice around getting the business off the ground. We were in an office with lots of other people starting a business, which was great fun, and you get a lot of support from just being surrounded by people going through the same experience that you're going through. We also applied to the Scottish Edge competition. We applied maybe 3 or 4 times, I think. First time we won Young Edge, which was effectively, I think it's a competition for people under the age of 30. Some people think that age bracket's too high, but I still fitted within the Young Edge competition. And we won £7,500 from them, which was useful at a very kind of critical time of buying in additional packaging and pushing the product into some of the bigger retailers. And then I think it was the third time in applying, we then won the Main Edge competition, which was £50,000 split between grant and debt funding, which has helped us really kind of get to the stage we're at now. So they're the kind of 2 main resources that we've used. We are speaking to Interface again about another project around the vitamin and antioxidant content of the product. So just continually using as many resources as possible within the kind of marketplace.